This conference will now be recorded.
Guys, in today's session, we will discuss about the uh, stat. Hello. Yep. So, guys, in today's session, we will discuss about the static keyword in Java. Static keyword in Java. So, guys, in Java, so mainly, if I talk about the definition part, so guys, mainly static is used for memory management. Guys, in Java, mainly static is used for memory management. We will learn this how we can save the memory using static keyword with the help of some part of code. So guys, and in Java, we can define, we can use static keywords with the followings. So guys, we can use static variable. Second guys, we can use static methods. So we can use the static keyword with variable, we can use static keyword with methods, and we can use static block. And number 4 is guys the static inner class. Only 4 thing in Java that you can take: static variable, static method, static block, and static inner class. So guys, in today's session we will discuss about static variable, static method, and static block. Okay, so guys, before start the static keywords, here we have the some notes. So guys, the static keyword in Java is used for memory management mainly. We can apply Java static keyword with variables, methods, blocks, and nested class. So guys, the static keywords, it's the very important things. The static keywords belongs to the class, then instance of a class. Guys, I'm saying that the static keywords belong to both. Static keywords belongs to object and also belongs to class. But the main thing is that here it is static keyword first belongs to class. Static keyword पहले class से belong करेगा guys, then it belongs to the objects. So that you will keep in your mind. Okay, static keyword first belongs to the class, then it belongs to the object. So static belongs to both, but we will say static first belongs to the class. Now the next is that guys, in Java we can apply static keyword with variables. So that variable is known as class variable or the static variables. Second thing is the method. So that method is known as the class methods. Second is the static block. In today class also we will discuss about the static blocks. And guys, nested class, it is the separate topics we will discuss later. But you should know about a nested class can be statics. So in Java, only static, 4 things can be static. Okay. Now, so first we will start the static variables. So here it is guys, Java static variable. If we declare any variable as static, it is known as static variables. So here I will add some extra words. Here it is. So the static variable declare inside the class and outside the methods, blocks, and constructor. So guys, that you will keep in your mind. If you declare any variable as static, it is known as static variable, and static variable declare inside the class and outside the method blocks and constructors. The second point is that guys, the static variable can be used to refer the common property of all objects. So the second and the third point we will understand by the code guys. You can see that guys, the static variables used to refer the common property of all objects. It means that, for example, the company name of employees, college name of students, etc. That we will cover this point by practically. The next point is that static variable gets memory only once in class memory area. In class memory area at the time of class loading. At the time of class loading, not at runtime. It means that at compile times when class will load in the memory. Okay. So these are the 3 points very important when you will use the static variables. So let me explain all the points by program. So guys, here it is. I'm going to create a class. Let's say the student. Here guys, I'm creating int role string name. So here guys, first we will see problem, memory problem without static. Guys, first we will see the memory problem without static. So guys, here it is the two variables, and second is the string variables. Here I am using the college. Here I mention the college for all the vans here, and here I am creating the constructors int r, string n, and role equal r, name equal n, and here I am creating the method. So this is the program by which I will show you the problem without static keyword. So guys, here I am going to create the student class objects. Student s1 equal in new student. Here I am passing 101 and ram. Again I am creating the next object, the next object. So here I guys, ram is the number, 103 roll number, name is also ram. So guys, here you will see what is the problem in the code. So guys, let me explain. So guys, when you will create the object at line number 20, guys, what will happen at this moment? You will create an object in the heap memory. This is the first object. And when you will create the object, you know very well guys, how many member variables present in my class? 3 member variables. Int type, role, string type name, and string type college. So all the member variables will take memory with each object. So you will provide role, and role value will be 101. The second is name. The value of name will be ram. Okay. And then the number 3 is the college. The value of college will be YMCA, because we have provided this member variable value at declaration time. So when object of a class is created, for each object it will take the default value, that is the YMCA. Okay. Now at line number 21, again the new objects will create. Again you will provide the memory for all the member variables like this: roll name and college. Roll name and college. So guys, what is roll 102? The name is Sham and college is YMCA. Okay. Similarly, at line number 23, again a new objects will create in the memory. Here roll equal 103, name Ram and college YMCA. So guys, here you can see that in all the objects we have the common properties. The common property name is the college. But in my programs college, it's the common property for all the objects and it takes memory 3 times. It takes memory 3 times in each object. So that is the problem. So if you know guys, this is the common property for all the objects, immediately make that variable static inside the class. Otherwise, you can see the same variables and same value in each object. It will take 3 times value. So if you create 500 student object, so college variable will take memory 500 times. Also guys, in after the few years, if college wants to change the name, okay, so you have to change the name 500 times within each object. So that is very the complex. Okay, so guys, this is the problem without static if we know about the common property. Okay, the problem is that guys, first is the memory problems, because we have the common property the college for each object which take memory with each object. Second is the updation problems. Updation means in future if I update the college name, then we have to update with each object. We have to update with each objects. For example guys, let's say this is the memory problems. Okay, so guys, if I call s1 dot display, so and s2 dot display and s3 dot display. So let me save this code. Okay, so let me do one thing. This is my no, it's not my code. Here it is, the name is the test static. So let me open test static. This is the code. Open and no, open in notepad plus plus. No, okay, no problems. This is my code. Okay guys, so this is the memory problems. So let me compile the code. So java c test static one dot java test static one. So you will see the value is correct, but internally the memory problems. The problem is that college variables is the common for all the objects. It will take memory 3 times. So this is the memory problems. Now see, the second problem is the updation problem. So guys, updation problem is means that if S1 wants to change the college, let's say the college equal YMCA to JC boss. guys. Now guys, what will happen? Only that changes will impact for S1 objects, not for all the objects. So guys, after this, when you will print S1 dot display, when you will print S2 dot display, and when you will print S3 dot display, so what will happen at this moment? For S1 display, the college will be so JS boss, but for S2 dot display, still it will YMCA, and S3 dot display for still YMCA. Not it will change for S2 and S3. So that is the updation problems. In future, if we want to change the college name in that case, so for all the objects, we have to change the variables. So this is the updation problems. You can see that guys. Compile the code and run the code. Here you can see that after update, college is JC Bose for student 1, but for student 2 YMCA, and for student 3 still YMCA. So you have to change 3 times like this one, S2 dot college, and similarly S3 dot college. So if we have the 500 students, so it's very complex to update the college name for each objects. So that is the two problems without statics. Okay guys, now the solution guys. Now guys, solution. Now guys, solution using static variable. So guys, if I make this variable static, so guys, keep in your mind, when you create any variable static, first static variable. Okay, so guys, let me hold. So Deep, directly you can unmute your mic and you can talk to me if you have any problem. I'm not able to see in your the chat in your the present is in your chat window. So can you unmute your mic and can you tell me your doubt? What is your doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. So again, I'm saying that if you take the static, okay, as you can see in the previous programs, what was the problem? The two problems, the memory problems and the updation problems. So just in solutions, just I'm creating this variable as a static. So if you declare a variable static, so it is known as the static variable or class variable. So static variable declare inside the class as I have declared at line number 7. So now the functionality guide. Static variable will not take memory and value with each objects. Now, it take memory in class memory area. This class memory area present in heap memory, it present in JVM. So it's the class memory area. So when your class will load, so in class memory area, it will take memory college equal YMCA. It will take memory in class memory area, memory and value also. Okay, so now your object will create, so it will take only two variables, not the static variable, because static variable is not a part of objects. So here it is guys, the role is 101 and name will be Ram in that case. For S2, the role will be 102 and name will be Shyam. Okay, so as you can see guys, college will not be present in object sections. It will be present in class memory sections, but each object can share this value. So that will be the second point regarding to the static variables. Each object can access the static variable value. So guys, in that case, you will see static variable will gets memory only one time. Okay, each object can access, can share static variable value, like in code, guys. I have created, guys, and when I will print s1.display, s2.display and s3.display, you will see roll 101 ram, 102 Shyam, and 103 rams, and college YMCA for all. But this is the good programs, because the common property is college and we have declared static. It will take memory only once, not with each objects. So let me save this code by test static 2. Let me run the code. So now the updation problem is not there, guys. So guys, in static variables, we can update by any objects. Let's say, for example, guys, again, guys, so here it is the class memory area, and here it is college equal YMCA. Okay, college equal YMCA. So all objects are using that value. At this point, S1 is updating college. Let's say DC boss. Guys, any object can update. So at this moment, this updated the value DC boss. Guys, what will happen? After that, all the objects will update. So you have to update only once. If any object update static variable value, after that all the objects will get the updated value. Okay, so after line number 26, if I call s1.display or s2.display or s3.display, we will get college equal GC boss. Okay, so the updation problem also will resolve. So we have to update only once. So as you can see, display, or just here it is the system.out.println after update. So here just I'm printing for better understanding. This is the after update. So s1, s2.display and s3.display. So guys, let me compile the code, run the code. Here you can see that for all the objects, you will get the updated value. So this is the advantage of static variables. Okay. So it's the common property for all the objects. All objects can access or update the static variable value. Once static variable value updates, all the objects will get the updated value after updates. Okay, that you will keep. The next point is that, guys, static variable can be public. Yes, guys, your program will work. Okay, that you will keep in your mind. As you can see, static variable can be protected. Okay, guys, your program will work fine. Okay, static variable by default, it is default if you don't write something, but it can be default. Or also the static variable can be private. So that things you will add in the notes, or you will write down. Static variable can be public, private, protected, or by default it is default. So if I write private, so guys, the scope of private variable and private method only within the class. So I'm not here, I'm using line number 26. I cannot access the college variable outside the class. Okay, I cannot access. So what I can do here, it is what I can do. So guys, I can use the static methods. Okay, like this, the static void change college string cname, and guys, here it is college equal cname. So guys, when we write the static keyword in method declarations, so that method is known as static method. And guys, the beauty of the static method is that static method directly called by the class name. No need to create the object to call the static methods. So here the problem is that, guys, what is the problems? Because you cannot change the college name because college is private. So if I comment my methods, you can see that if I comment my methods, and if you still use the line number 31, you will get an error. Let me save the code. Let me save the code and compile the programs. So you know, guys, you know what will happen at line number 31. We will get an error because the scope of private only within the class. So here you can see that college has private access in student. So we cannot use static variable or static method outside the class. So for this, we have created the static methods to change the value. So directly what I will do, this is the wrong practice. So directly with the help of student class dot operators and the static method name. Here you can see that, guys, and here I'm providing JC boss. So here you can see that I'm calling the static methods by using class name, and I'm providing the value. That value we are assigning to the college variables. I'm using college variable only within the class that is applicable. So you will keep in your mind static variable can be public, private, or protected. By default it is default. So that's all the things about the static variables. Now it will work fine. So compile the code and run the code. Here you can see that after update jcboss. So again, guys, the static variable. So if you declare any variable as static, it is known as static variable. Declare inside the class and outside the method, block, and constructors. So static variable can be used to refer to the common property of all objects, which is not unique for each object. If something is unique for each object, go for member variable, guys. Guys, if something is unique for objects, go for member variable. If something is not unique, then go for the static variables. Okay, like the company name of employees. So the, let's say the, for example, IBM Technology and the thousands of employees working in the IBM Technology. So all the employees company name is IBM Technology, right? College name. So for all the students, college name will be the same. So the company name should be the static variables. The college name should be the static variables, like this. The main and the next point is static variable gets memory only once in class memory area. So guys, sometime interviewer will ask to you, can we update the static variable? Yes, we can update the static variable one time, two time, n times we can update, but static variable will gets memory only once, while member variable will gets memory with each object. So this is the big difference between static variable and the member variables. Okay, member variables will gets memory with each objects, and the static variable will gets memory only once in class memory area, while member variable will gets memory with each object inside the objects. So advantage of static variable, it makes your program memory efficient. So that we have done it. Now guys, the next is, the next is, so here we can see that program of counter without static variables. So this is the problems. So we try to understand the problems. Okay guys. So this is the problems. Let me write the code. This is what is this code. Okay guys. So here let me copy and paste the codes, and we will not see the outputs. So guys, then we are try to solve what will be the output for this code. Okay. So guys, here it is. Let me write this code and we will try to calculate the outputs. So guys, so this is the code. So first we will do the indentations. That should be very important for us. And this is the one class programs only. So this is my methods, and this is. So now what is happening in the code? So now the program is ready. Now we will try to calculate the output of this program. So counter is the class name, and here it is the constructors, and this is the main methods, and this is the member variables. Okay, so we will start from line number 13. Line number 13, what is happening? An object will create. When object will create, we will focus on the member variables immediately. So here count is 0. Okay. Here count is 0. This we will initialize count is 0. Constructor is called. So its value 0 to 1. And then it's printing system.out.println count. So output will be 1 one time. Now line number 13 executed and the output will be 1. Now the line number 14. What is happening? Another object is create. Another objects. Again you will initialize count. Count equal 0. Then again constructor will invoke. Then you will change 0 to 1 because it's increment the count plus plus, and then again will print count. So again it will print 1. Similarly for line number 15, another object will create. It will take again 0, 0 to 1. So 1, 1, 1. The output for this code is 1, 1, 1 guys. So let me save and run the code. Here you can see that guys, the output is 1, 1, 1. Okay. Now guys, if I solve this, if I use this is the static variables, now what will be the output guys? So guys, now this is the different. Now in a class memory area, this static will take memory and value is 0 when your class will load. So at line number 13, an object will create and that will update static variable 0 to 1 and will print 1. At line number 13, an object will create, it will update the static variable value in class memory area. Okay, in class memory area 0 to 1 and print 1. At line number 14 guys, at line number 14, a new object will create, it will again update static variable value 1 to 2 and will print 2. Again line number 15, again new object will create, it will update static variable value 2 to 3 and will print 3. As you can see that guys, in constructor, when object will invoke, constructor will, when object will create, constructor will invoke, it will update the static variable value like as you can see in the screen guys. So the output will be 1, 2, 3 in that case. So save the program, compile and run. So here you can see that guys, the output is 1, 2, 3. So this is the static, the counter program using static or without static. So it's important interview point of view guys. So the next is guys, so go to the next. What is the next thing is that? So program of counter by the static variable, we have discussed it. Now guys, the static methods. So guys, if you apply static keyword with any methods, it is known as static methods. So the main thing is that guys, the static method belongs to the class rather than the object of other class. So guys, see that this point. Guys, sometime interviewer will ask to you, here it is. Here it is, we have the static variables and I'm calling the static variables by class names. So it's good. We know that we can call static variable by class name. This is the beauty, or you can say that the advantage of the static variable or static methods. To call the static method, we don't need to create the object. Directly we can call the static methods by class name. But guys, interviewer can ask, can we call the static method by object or by reference variable? So your answer is yes. Here it is, you can see that I'm calling the change college method by reference variable. So is it okay? Yeah, it is okay. We can call static method by reference variable, but it is considered as a bad practice. We should call static methods always by the class names. So guys, so we say that guys, static first belongs to the class, then the object also can use the statics. So here I'm going to save this code Here I'm calling the static methods by reference variable. It will work. I have saved. Now I will compile by test static2.java and will run. So test static2.java, you can see program compiled, and here it is statics, as you can see the output of the program. So we can call, but it is considered as a bad practice. We should always call the static method by the class name. So again, move to here guys. Static method can be invoked without the need for creating an instance of the class. Guys, we can call by class name. So here I have mentioned it, static method called by the class name. Static method can access static data member and can change the value of it. Guys, here it is the very simple points. Static method can access static data member and can change the value of it. Guys, it is very important points. So guys, see in the programs. See in the programs guys, this is my static variable, static methods. It access static variable and can change the value of it. Again guys, this is my static methods. It can access static variable and can change the value of it, that I'm changing at line number 19. But guys, if you use non-static variable inside static block or methods, it will generate compile time error. Guys, you cannot use non-static variable inside the static block, or methods. Only static variables you can use inside the static methods. Okay, so here it is guys, you will get the compile time error at this point. Here you can see that non-static variable name cannot be referenced from the static context. So that you will keep in your mind guys. Okay, so that points also should be very clear. Static method can access static data member. Static data member means only static variables and can change the value of it. Okay, this is the static methods. And guys, also the static method can be public, private, protected, or default. By default, it's by default, these are default. By default, these are default guys. Now guys, this is the static methods mainly static method is used to update the value of the static variable. Now guys, next is guys, the restriction of for the static methods. Guys, these are the restrictions for the static method. As you can see, the first thing, the static method cannot use non-static data member or call non-static method directly. Guys, if you access non-static data in static method, you cannot do that. Or if you want to call non-static method, from the static method, you cannot do directly, but you can call by object or reference variable. As you can see in the code guys, my main method is static and I'm calling the display method which is non-static. So we cannot call directly, we can call by the reference variable like this. So again guys, in main method is the static. So in static method, you cannot directly call non-static method. You can call by the reference variables. Also, you can, these are my member variables. You cannot use directly. You can use by the reference variables. So here that you will keep in your mind, guys. In static methods, let me draw some diagrams. Here, guys, the static methods or the static method or block. Guys, if you want to use non-static, गाइज अगर आपको नॉन स्टैटिक मेथड या नॉन स्टैटिक वेरिएबल स्टैटिक मेथड और ब्लॉक के अंदर यूज करने हैं तो नॉट डायरेक्टली आप डायरेक्टली नहीं कर सकते गाइज। आप किस तरीके से उन्हें एक्सेस कर सकते हो गाइज? यूजिंग रेफरेंस वेरिएबल, जैसे मैं कर रहा हूं यूजिंग रेफरेंस वेरिएबल्स। तो आप ये डायग्राम याद रखोगे गाइज। यूजिंग रेफरेंस वेरिएबल यू कैन एक्सेस नॉन स्टैटिक member variable or non-static method inside the static method or block. Here you can see that मेरा main method static है guys और मैं main method के अंदर non-static method call कर रहा हूँ but using reference variables yes। और अगर guys static ही है तो static में with class name access कर सकता हूँ, with class name, without reference variable with class name access कर सकता हूँ। So that diagram you will keep in your mind. That will help you कि मैं स्टैटिक मेथड के अंदर क्या क्या चीजें एक्सेस कर सकता हूं स्टैटिक के अंदर। गाइस तो इस स्टैटिक के अंदर रिस्ट्रिक्शन है, नॉन स्टैटिक मेथड के अंदर आप स्टैटिक मेथड को भी डायरेक्टली यूज कर सकते हो और नॉन स्टैटिक को भी डायरेक्टली। दिस रिस्ट्रिक्शन ओनली फॉर द स्टैटिक मेथड, सो अगेन गाइस लेट मी एक्सप्लेन द रिस्ट्रिक्शन फॉर द स्टैटिक मेथड। गाइस सबसे पहला पॉइंट है स्टैटिक मेथड के अंदर आप यू कैन नॉट यूज, आप नॉन स्टैटिक मेंबर वेरिएबल और नॉन स्टैटिक मेथड को डायरेक्टली कॉल नहीं कर सकते। आप यूजिंग रेफरेंस वेरिएबल्स और ऑब्जेक्ट यू कैन कॉल देम। सेकंड पॉइंट गाइज दिस एंड सुपर, गाइज इनके बारे में हम बाद में पढ़ेंगे। दिस और सुपर, अब ये दो कीवर्ड होते हैं गाइज जावा में, दिस और सुपर। आप इनको स्टैटिक मेथड और ब्लॉक के अंदर यूज नहीं कर सकते दिस और सुपर को। रीजन क्या है गाइज? क्योंकि ये दोनों ही नॉन स्टैटिक होते हैं, ये दोनों ही क्या होते हैं? नॉन स्टैटिक। सो दैट वी कैन नॉट यूज दिस एंड सुपर कीवर्ड इनसाइड स्टैटिक ब्लॉक और मेथड। दिस इज द स्टैटिक मेथड गाइज। नाउ गाइज द स्टैटिक ब्लॉक। Guys, static block, the first point is that it is used to initialize static data member. It is used to initialize static data member. Guys, static data member means that ये static variable ही होते हैं guys, data member को ही हम variable बोलते हैं। So these are the static variable. अब guys यहाँ पे एक points है कि मैं static variable को static block के through initialize क्यों करूँ? मैं directly भी कर सकता हूँ, as you can see in my code. Guys, here it is, as you can see in my code कि मेरा स्टैटिक वेरिएबल है कॉलेज और मैंने इसे डायरेक्टली इनिशियलाइज कर दिया, तो मुझे स्टैटिक ब्लॉक की जरूरत क्यों पड़ी? सो गाइज जावा कहता है कि अगर आपके पास लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं यहाँ पे क्लास स्टैटिक लेता हूँ गाइज, लेट्स से द टेस्ट स्टैटिक 3। गाइज मैंने यहाँ पे एक स्टैटिक वेरिएबल ले लिया, इंट टाइप का एक एरे ले लेता हूं मैं, int arr इक्वल न्यू इंट और इसका साइज दे दिया मैंने 3। गाइज अब मेरी प्रॉब्लम है कि मुझे इस एरे में वैल्यू इनिशियलाइज करनी है, कुछ वैल्यू डालनी है। तो गाइज मैं उसके लिए डायरेक्ट कोड नहीं लिख सकता इनसाइड द की क्लास के अंदर डायरेक्टली यहाँ पे। तो गाइज मुझे जरूरत पड़ेगी स्टैटिक ब्लॉक की। इस तरीके से मैं स्टैटिक ब्लॉक यूज करता हूँ और अब इस टाइम पे मुझे इस एरे में वैल्यू डालूंगा इस तरीके से। सो इट इज वेरी सिंपल कि अगर कोई वेरिएबल, कोई स्टैटिक वेरिएबल एरे टाइप का है या फिर कलेक्शन टाइप का है या कोई ऐसा वेरिएबल है जिसको मुझे वैल्यू असाइन करने के लिए कोड लिखना पड़ेगा, लूप चलाना पड़ेगा, वो एक लाइन में नहीं दे सकता। सो गाइज वी हैव टू यूज द स्टैटिक ब्लॉक। सो हम ऐसे कहते हैं स्टैटिक ब्लॉक इज यूज्ड टू इनिशियलाइज द स्टैटिक वेरिएबल, बट द क्वेश्चन इज दैट वो आपसे पूछेगा स्टैटिक वेरिएबल को तो मैं डायरेक्टली भी इनिशियलाइज कर सकता हूँ. सो आप बोलोगे या यू कैन इनिशियलाइज द स्टैटिक वेरिएबल डायरेक्टली एट डिक्लेरेशन टाइम, बट if variable is array type, then how will you do that? So we have to use the static block like this. देखो गाइज, मैंने यहाँ पे array को इनिशियलाइज किया. array की तीनों पोजीशंस पे मैंने 145, 245, 45 ये वैल्यू इनिशियलाइज कर दी. गाइज मैंने मेन मेथड लिया और गाइज मुझे array प्रिंट करना है. फॉर ईच लूप गाइज होता है int डेटा टाइप वेरिएबल कॉलन और एरे का नाम ARR. ये गाइज फॉर ईच लूप है. सिस्टम डॉट आउट डॉट प्रिंटलन और मैंने यहाँ पे एरे की वैल्यू प्रिंट कराई. बड़े सिंपल तरीके से गाइज मैंने एक स्टैटिक वेरिएबल लिया एरे टाइप का, जिसको मैंने स्टैटिक ब्लॉक के अंदर. तो गाइज स्टैटिक ब्लॉक इस तरीके से होता है. स्टैटिक लिखते हैं करली ब्रेसेस स्टार्ट एंड क्लोज क्लास के अंदर, और उसके अंदर हम स्टैटिक वेरिएबल को इनिशियलाइज करते हैं. इट मींस दैट स्टैटिक वेरिएबल को वैल्यू प्रोवाइड करते हैं. अब गाइज अगर आप कहते हो कि मैं ये 3 लाइन का कोड स्टैटिक ब्लॉक से बाहर लिखूंगा, तो गाइज इस टाइप का कोड आप डायरेक्टली क्लास के अंदर नहीं लिख सकते. इट्स द पार्ट ऑफ स्टेटमेंट. सो स्टेटमेंट हमेशा मेथड के अंदर, कंस्ट्रक्टर के अंदर और ब्लॉक के अंदर ही लिखी जाती है गाइज. डायरेक्टली यू कैन नॉट राइट इनसाइड द क्लास. इफ यू राइट दीज statements line number 5, 6 and 7 directly inside the class, you will get the compile time error immediately. Okay, so this is the static block. So let me save the code. Static java c test static 3 java test static 3 guys. Here you can see that the output of array. But guys, here it is for your better understanding. Here I am using out.println. This is static 2 and here static 3. और गाइज यहाँ पे भी एक लाइन लिख देता हूँ. दिस इज स्टैटिक 1 और गाइज एक मेन मेथड पे लिख देता हूँ मेन. सो गाइज आपको ये पॉइंट्स याद में रखने हैं गाइज. मैं यहाँ पे मेंशन कर देता हूँ. ये डॉक्यूमेंट कमेंट्स होते हैं गाइज. गाइज द फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज दैट all static block execute by the JVM before the main methods in sequence order. गाइज अगर आपकी क्लास के अंदर स्टैटिक ब्लॉक्स हैं तो JVM मेन मेथड से पहले सारे के सारे स्टैटिक ब्लॉक्स को एग्जीक्यूट करेगा इन सीक्वेंस ऑर्डर. गाइज आप खुद देखो कि मेन मेथड तो एरे की वैल्यू प्रिंट कर रहा है, तो ऑफ कोर्स मेन मेथड के एग्जीक्यूट करने से पहले इस एरे को वैल्यू मिलनी चाहिए ना, और वो मिल रही है. तो बिल्कुल क्लियर है प्रोग्राम. गाइज स्टैटिक ब्लॉक विल एग्जीक्यूट बिफोर द मेन मेथड्स. सो गाइज इन सीक्वेंस ऑर्डर मींस दैट फर्स्ट स्टैटिक 1, देन देखो गाइज ये स्टैटिक 2 मेन मेथड के बाद है, बट सारे स्टैटिक ब्लॉक मेन मेथड से पहले एग्जीक्यूट होते हैं. कौन एग्जीक्यूट करता है? JVM गाइज इन सीक्वेंस ऑर्डर. सो आउटपुट स्टैटिक 1, स्टैटिक 2, स्टैटिक 3 मेन, और फिर उसके बाद एरे की आउटपुट्स. सो दैट विल बी द आउटपुट. So guys, that you will keep in your mind, all the static block will execute by the JVM before the main method. Guys, दूसरा क्वेश्चन, मेन मेथड को कौन कॉल करता है गाइज? ऑल्सो द आंसर विल बी JVM. मेन मेथड एग्जीक्यूट बाय द JVMs. Okay, static block execute by also the JVM. So now guys, now these are the some interview questions that we will discuss. Can we execute a program without main method? No. One of the ways was static block, but it was possible till JDK 1.6. Guys, JDK 1.6 में मैं स्टैटिक ब्लॉक के थ्रू ही प्रोग्राम को रन करा देता था। कैसे कराता था गाइज, मैं लिख के बता देता हूँ आपको बिल्कुल। और मेरे पास JDK 1.6 भी है गाइज, और मैं उसका पाथ सेट करके मैं आपको रन भी करके दिखा सकता हूँ गाइज। सी, पहले मैं चेक कर लेता हूँ गाइज, व्हाट इज माय जावा वर्जन। सो ऐसे मैं चेक कर लेता हूँ गाइज, ये जावा वर्जन 1.8 है। ओके गाइज, सो गाइज कैसे करते थे, मैं एक सिंपल सा कोड लिखते हैं, क्लास टेस्ट स्टैटिक 5। गाइज हम क्या करते थे, हम ऐसे स्टैटिक ब्लॉक लिखते थे और सिस्टम डॉट आउट डॉट प्रिंटलन, और यहाँ पे लिखते थे हेलो स्टैटिक ब्लॉक वट एवर। अब गाइज JVM क्या करता है, JVM स्टैटिक ब्लॉक को एग्जीक्यूट करेगा और एग्जीक्यूट करने के बाद मेन मेथड पे जाएगा, और अगर उसे मेन मेथड नहीं मिला तो एक्सेप्शन दे देता था, मेन मेथड नॉट फाउंड, बट स्टैटिक ब्लॉक चल जाता था। फिर हम क्या करते थे, स्टैटिक ब्लॉक में ही यहाँ पे एक कमांड होती है गाइज, सिस्टम डॉट एग्जिट, जैसे सी में एग्जिट मेथड्स होता है, इस एग्जिट मेथड का मतलब होता है टर्मिनेट द प्रोग्राम, टर्मिनेट द प्रोग्राम। ये लाइन JVM को बताती थी कि प्रोग्राम को टर्मिनेट कर दो। इसका मतलब स्टैटिक ब्लॉक के बाद JVM को जाना चाहिए था मेन पे, बट मैंने उसको ये लाइन बता दी, टर्मिनेट द प्रोग्राम। अब एक्सेप्शन भी नहीं आती थी। बट गाइस JDK 1.6 के बाद क्या हुआ, जावा ने अपडेट किया, वो कंपाइल टाइम पे ही चेक कर लेता है कि मेन मेथड क्लास में है या नहीं है। फॉर एग्जांपल, ये मैंने स्टैटिक 5 से सेव किया, नो मेन मेथड। अब वो सॉरी कंपाइल हो जाएगा सक्सेसफुली, बट रन टाइम पे JVM पहले ही चेक कर लेगा लो मेन मेथड इज प्रेजेंट और नॉट। सो गाइज मैं इसको कंपाइल करता हूँ, जावा सी टेस्ट स्टैटिक 5, it will compile successfully, there is no any problems. Okay, compile, but when I will run this program, so run time पे वो पहले ही चेक कर लेगा और मुझे मैसेज दे देगा, देखो मेन मेथड नॉट फाउंड। ओके, बट गाइज इफ आई सेट पाथ, सेट पाथ, और गाइज अगर मैं यहाँ पे JDK 1.6 का पाथ सेट करता हूँ गाइज, इन प्रोग्राम फाइल्स, इन जावा JDK 1.6 bin, here it is guys, कॉपी किया। गाइज ये तरीका होता है टेम्परेरी पाथ सेट करने का। अब मैं एक बार चेक कर लेता हूँ, जावा माइनस वर्जन, सो फाइन 1.6। सो गाइज अब दोबारा से कंपाइल करता हूँ, जावा सी टेस्ट स्टैटिक 5 डॉट जावा, यू कैन सी दैट कंपाइल, और गाइज अब देखो रन भी हो जाएगा, टेस्ट स्टैटिक 5। Guys, can you see hello static block executed without main method? It is possible since JDK 1.6, because after 1.6 when we will run the code, JVM first will check main method is present or not, but check करता है guys, but execute static block को ही करता है। but guys JDK 1.6 तक क्या था guys, वो चेक नहीं करता था, सीधा static block execute करना स्टार्ट करता था। So it should be very clear guys. Can we execute a program without main method? No, one of the way was static block, but it was possible till JDK 1.6. Since JDK 1.7 it is not possible to execute Java class without a main method. Since JDK 1.7 and above, the output will be, guys, we have run the code, as you can see that this is, मैंने JDK 1.6 पे run करा, output is hello static block. Now guys, the next is that's it guys. This is the very important questions, why is the main method is static guys, जावा मेन मेथड स्टैटिक ही क्यों होता है। सो गाइज हम इस तरीके से सोच के चलते हैं, अगर जावा मेन मेथड स्टैटिक नहीं होता तो क्या होता, JVM पहले क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट बनाता एंड देन कॉल द मेन मेथड। सो गाइज ऑब्जेक्ट बनाने में मेमोरी लगती और टाइम लगता, देन इट विल कॉल द मेन मेथड्स, सो इट विल टेक सम टाइम, और ये जो आपकी प्रोसेसिंग एग्जीक्यूशन होता वो स्लो हो जाता है। बट इफ मेन मेथड इज स्टैटिक, JVM will not create the object of your class, directly will call the main method by class name, सो यहाँ पे एग्जीक्यूशन फास्ट हो गई. सो गाइस दैट इज द रीजन, यही एक रीजन है कि आपका मेन मेथड स्टैटिक है. सो अंडरस्टैंड, it is because the object is not required to call the static method. If it were a non-static method, JVM creates an object first, then call main method. That will lead the problem of extra memory allocation. So interviewer पूछेगा why main method is static? Because if main method is not static, so JVM first create the object and then call the main method. It will take some time and memory. But if main method is static, so JVM will not create the object, directly call the main method by class name. It save the memory and time, and your execution will be fast. Okay, guys, just hold on just a few minutes. Hello. I'm back, guys. So guys, we have completed guys. So we have done guys static variable, we have done it. Here it is, static variable, we have done it. Program of the counter without static variable, we have done it. Program of static counter with static variable, static method, restrictions for static methods, why is the main method static, static blocks, can we execute a program without main methods, all the 8 points we have done it. Okay, so guys, now the doubt session. So guys, now you have unmute your mic, and if you have any doubt you can talk to me, guys. Guys, do you have any doubt regarding to today's session?
So
Yeah,
there
tell
is
me,
no
guys.
doubt till now.
Okay, so you got all these things about the static variable, a static
Yes, sir.
method and static block. Sounds good. So
Sir, if
Prakash,
there
there
will
is
be
any
any problem,
if there is any problem you can contact to me, okay, or I will
okay.
share all notes. Okay, okay,
Okay,
sounds
sir.
good. Or tomorrow I will upload this recording on YouTube, and you can see many times if you face any problems. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
guys, if you have any doubt, guys, you can ping me, or guys, you can email to me regarding to any doubts. And guys, and tomorrow we be on the same time, we will start the next topic like the this keyword. Okay, so guys, good night.
Good night, sir.